Hi there, welcome back to the channel. Well, you join me on a very autumnal day up at the Caravan, and I've just brought the carpets up to refit them because we remove them in summer because we find it a lot easier to get about. Plus they don't get mucky with Alfie. He doesn't understand the no shoes rule, and it also saves you weight as well when you're touring on your main summer holiday, which is when you tend to pack the most stuff into your caravan. Now these carpets we've got now, we've had them 5 years now, and they're great. There's nothing really wrong with them. However, the layout and design of the pattern that we've got in terms of the shapes, it's not really working for us because we would like really to have the kitchen area without carpet and the bedroom completely covered and the front lounge as well. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how to make some templates. Now if you've got existing carpets and they're getting a bit tatty and you fancy a new set, well, you need to stick around and watch this. Also, if you've not got carpets at all, I'm going to show you how to make some templates. Plus we're going to be popping along to a local caravan and carpet specialist. He's been in the carpet trade for many years, and he does specialise in caravan, motorhome and also camper vans, and he's going to be making my new set of carpets for me the way I want them and not the way Swift intended. So first of all, let me show you why they don't work for me, and then I'll explain the tools you're going to need and kit that you're going to need to make your own templates. So these are our current carpets. Now we had these specially made for us because the Swift ones were awful, to be honest with you. I'll put a link to a video explaining why. But they're the same shape and layout as what Swift would provide, but just better quality and a different colour. But they're not working for us anymore. As you can see, they divide just by the corner of the bed there. And that's silly really, because what we would have liked them to have done is continued round so they covered the whole of the bed area in the bedroom, so that we could take up the kitchen one and remove that and perhaps never use it really, because let's be honest, in our houses none of us really have carpet in our kitchens anymore. It's not very hygienic, and also it gets mucky very easily. So if I remove the carpet that actually has the kitchen area included in, you'll see my problem. Now there it is. It just doesn't work. It doesn't cover Juliet's side of the bed, and it's not very nice really and comfortable. So what we want to do is carry that piece along and make it as one really, which would be like a big U shape in terms of its layout. So let's take a look at some of the equipment, tools and bits and bats we're going to use in order to make the templates to change this. Okay, so in order to make our templates we're going to need a roll of lining paper, or any paper really, as long as it's wide and you can join it together. We're using lining paper because that's all I could get at B&Q. I won't going out to buy wallpaper, but if you've got a large roll of wallpaper at home, it'll probably do just as well. Next to it is a straight edge ruler. It doesn't have to be a ruler, just as long as it's a long straight edge. We have a set of scissors, we have a pen, and we also have a marker pen. Now I've put a pen there at the moment, but I'm going to actually be using a pencil when we show you the templates. Now the marker pen is to go back over the pencil mark. You don't want to be using a marker pen or a pen really when you're making your templates, especially if you're drawing around your carpets, because you might mark them. And if you're selling them on, like I probably will do, then you don't want to be leaving ink stains on them. Next to that we have some blue, it's tailor's chalk. Now if you don't have tailor's chalk, don't worry, perhaps an ordinary piece of chalk, but make sure it's coloured bright enough so that you can see it when you're actually doing this little make. Now the last thing that's missing off here is either some tape or sellotape in order to join your lining paper together securely. So that is what we're going to be using today, and I'm now going to show you how to make the templates. Right, you join me in the threshold between the bedroom and the actual kitchen area. Now because we have a concertina door and we actually do use it, I know some people might find that strange, but we do. We like to separate our lounge from our bedroom at night when we're sleeping. So that's going to be a bit of a hindrance because it comes on an angle like so. Now what we want is the overlap or the join to be beyond that threshold so that we're not kicking it up when we're actually walking past. So I've chosen this point here. Now, using some tailor's chalk, you can use ordinary chalk if you've got it, just mark it where you want it to be. And that's my line now, so that when I transfer this to my new template, I know that that is actually going to be a straight line and it's going to stop there. The carpet for the kitchen area we are going to have made, however, like I said, we're not really probably going to use it, but if we do sell a Caravan in the future day, at least the new owner would have an option with it. So that's how we're going to do that part, and that will make this all one piece here, which is great. So I've laid out the lining paper more or less to the size of this particular section that we're going to do first of all. And it works for me because there's less to cut out and there's less waste as well. Now, I did try with a pencil off camera, and to be honest with you, because I'm having to do it in the living room on the carpet, it's going to go through. So I've had to use a marker pen, but I've used a very fine one. I'll remove the carpet in a moment and show you the exact outline that I've traced. So we've now done the outline in blue and it's ready to cut out. Now before I do cut it out, I'm going to go back over the actual joins that I've created with masking tape. I noticed that the sellotape doesn't tend to stick well to lining paper. So if you're using lining paper, good quality masking tape or good packing tape will secure your pieces together. So I'll get on with cutting it out and then we'll move on to the next stage. So the first part of the bedroom piece has been now completed and cut out. I've reinforced the other side of the actual template with tape so that it doesn't flop about. Now the most important thing you need to do with this is write on which part of the Caravan it's for, i.e. bedroom like mine, but also put the word top on so that the person that's cutting it out for you knows that that's the way it goes and they can cut it out correctly and not get it the opposite way round. So it's very important. Put the word top on once you've cut it out. So now I've put the original carpets back down because I want to get the plan of and the layout in relation to how this is going to fit around the bed. Now I've had to add ½ inch to where the two pieces join on the right hand side of the screen. Basically because the carpet's shrunk slightly and I want to put that back in. Now I'm going to trace it out now and then cut it out and I'll show you the final template we've got for the bedroom area. Well, that's the bedroom carpet completed. I'm really happy with this template. It's looking really good. I know it's going to fit because my measurements have been checked, double checked and triple checked. So I'm really happy with it. All I have to do now is a new piece for the kitchen, which I'm going to do completely from the paper at the Caravan. And then the next one is the lounge area and then we're complete. Okay, so after a lot of fettling, cutting, sticking, I've managed to do it. That's the lounge. We're moving into the kitchen area. And then into the bedroom now. Now, if you notice that's quite a wide gap there, it is, because it's got to allow for the seam edges so that they butt up, otherwise they'll just rock. So you've got to allow at least a centimetre in gap. And same goes for the other side here. Now this part I won't tell fibs, but that was very difficult to do. But nonetheless, it's been done now and I'm happy with the result. So let's head off now to SRS Carpets in Bolton and let's get some new carpets. So I'm down at Bolton at SRS Flooring and I've been joined by Steve. Steve's the owner of SRS Flooring and we're going to have a little chat about the different piles of carpet that you can use for your Caravan and what he recommends. But before we do that, I just wanted to ask Steve a little question. So how long have you been doing leisure vehicle carpeting now?
Self-employed about 15 years.
Right.
But I was working with another company for about 28 years as well.
Yeah.
Before leaving.
I understand that you do some bespoke ones, so in other words you do some that they ask you to come and do because they don't have a pattern, is that right?
Yeah, as long as they're local enough, there's no problems about that whatsoever.
Yeah. But if they're not local, what you recommend is they bring their own...
Well, yeah, we just use some white lining paper,
Yeah.
template it round it,
Yeah.
and send them in.
Right. And then you can arrange postage and packaging to wherever.
Yeah, that's no problems.
Wonderful. Right, we're going to take a look at the different carpets that you can choose to have in your caravan or your motorhome. So let's have a look at that now. So you've got us 2 samples here, Steve, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Right. Now for me, I don't know much about carpets, but I know that that's got a shorter pile than that one has. Is that right?
Yeah, you've got a much more plush piled one here, which, as you know, everybody likes something nice and thick and luxurious. And then we have a shorter, more dense pile, which actually wears better and is much easier to clean.
Yeah. I would imagine you wouldn't be able to have the tape binding on this one here, the thicker one.
No, unless you change over a larger folder.
Yeah.
Because it's so thick and soft that it just moves and you don't get a clean finish on the edging of it.
Right. So if you were to recommend a carpet for a caravan or your motorhome, which one would you choose?
Oh, most definitely the shorter piled one. Might not be as luxurious under feet, but it cleans better, lasts longer, and looks better longer.
Right. Well, thanks for that. So first of all, let's start with the lounge carpet. As you can see, it fits perfect. I'm really pleased with that. I have nipped over with a vacuum just to get the excess bits off it. So here's the kitchen area, and it fits quite well around the door. I'm really pleased with that. And moving on out of the kitchen into the bedroom. There's our now new edge. Slowly round here. And there we go. Really pleased. So I've just removed the carpet in the kitchen area now, and this is how we're going to have it. We have a mat that goes over the Swift mat, believe it or not. So as you can see there, that's our nice line now that we've got, and it covers the bedroom, keeps Juliet's feet warm, and everybody's happy. Well, we're back from SRS Flooring in Bolton. I'd like to thank Steve for his excellent customer service and his knowledge and his professionalism when he was using my templates to cut out the carpets. He's interpreted it perfectly. I'm really pleased with the results, so is Juliet. Now, the templates that I made, I've left them with Steve, because if you would like a set of these carpets making for yourself, now they're roughly about 150 quid plus P&P if you're outside of town and can't pick them up. Now, Steve's company doesn't have a website. It has a Facebook page, and it also has 2 telephone numbers for the main office and warehouse. So I'm going to leave them in the link below if you're interested. I think the quality on the grading on the carpet on this is the right choice. The thicker one, as Steve explained, it does crush after a time and it is difficult to clean. But this one is excellent. Really, really chuffed. Well, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you'll join us again real soon. But in the meantime, bye for now.